Welcome back to my Harry Potter reviews, guys. Yes, I am very excited to be talking about the second movie in the Harry Potter franchise. And last week I reviewed Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. You can check that video out in my videos, whatever. Just go to it and watch it if you want to. If you don't, that's fine. Just don't hate, please. I try my best. Anyways, let's talk about the second installment to one of my favorite franchises ever, Harry Potter. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. In 2002, yes, Chris Columbus, the first director of the first Harry Potter movie, and he did Home Alone 1 and 2. So he did the first Harry Potter, and now he's back with the second Harry Potter. And I will admit it right now before I start this video, I will contain spoilers for this movie and all the Harry Potter movies. Just all of them. Well, I'm just kidding. Just for this movie. But yes, this movie is directed by Chris Columbus, who did Home Alone, and he did the first Harry Potter. And this movie, I have to admit it, I like this movie more than Sorcerer's Stone. And the reason why is because because Sorcerer's Stone basically was a setup to the franchise. The first hour of the Sorcerer's Stone is literally the setup to the characters. This movie has none of that. This movie is set, you know the characters, you're fans. This movie made a lot of money, so everyone came into this theater was like, yes, I'm ready for the second installment, and that is what you got. So basically the story in the Harry Potter, the second movie, Chamber of Secrets, Harry, the battle contains spoilers, so let's get started, guys. I'm going to go through the whole movie, well, not the whole movie, just parts of the movie, my favorite scenes. So basically the movie starts off with Harry back with his terrible uncle and his terrible aunt. So Harry gets his windows literally barred, like he has bars on his window. And so Ron and his flying car and his brothers come and save Harry from his terrible uncle and aunt. And so he leaves, goes with Ron, and you get to see the Ron house. You get to see the Weasley family. You get to meet his mom. You get to see his brothers. You get to meet Jenny, who is a very, very nice girl and is starting her first year in Hogwarts. And you learn that Harry is trying to get taken away from Hogwarts this year by a little elf named Dobby. And he is just a little elf. He's worked for a master who turns out to be Draco Malfoy's dad, the Malfoy family, pretty much. And he's a terrible master. We'll get to that toward the end of this review. So Dobby warns Harry, he's like, you cannot go to Hogwarts this year. You are in grave danger. So Harry tries to go to Hogwarts, hits a wall, has like a car, and almost gets hit by a train. A tree attacks him, and that scene with the tree is probably one of my favorite childhood scenes in a movie ever. Like when I was little, I loved the tree scene because there's so much practical effects, the sound design, John Williams' music is good. Like that whole scene with the car and the tree, that's great. So Harry is now getting pretty much punished by Dobby. He gets his arm literally hit by the ball in the Quidditch scene. The Quidditch scene in this movie is actually very much better than the first one because in this one, you get Malfoy in it, and Malfoy, we all just hate Malfoy. And he's part of the Slither Quidditch team, and he's going up against Harry in this Quidditch match. He's also the Seeker, and he really is not good at it. He was only on the Quidditch team because of his father, and his father is terrible. I hate Malfoy's father. He is an awful person, and he gets even worse about this franchise, but we'll get to that in many reviews in the future. So basically, Harry gets his arm broken. Dobby is trying to get him home. He tells him in the nursery, but this is all because of the Chamber of Secrets that lies under the school, and this involves snakes, spiders, and it involves kids actually almost getting killed, but they're getting petrified and turning into like stone statues pretty much, and they can't move, whatever, and it's only happening to kids with their parents who are muggles pretty much. They're dirty blood pretty much. You'll learn about that in this movie. So Harry and Ron gotta figure out because Hermione actually gets petrified. So in this movie, the stakes are already higher. Kids are getting killed, well not killed, but getting hurt. There's blood being around the wall. This movie is darker than the first one, but it still has that glare of Chris Columbus in it, and it does remind you of the first one. The new Dark Arts teacher is this guy, and that's my only issue with this movie. He's such like a cartoon in this movie. He's like a really gentle man. He's the star. He's a writer, but really he's just a guy lying. He's a faker. He's none of those things. He's just a guy who wants to be famous. That's my only issue in the movie. I feel like this guy, he could have, like, why was he in this movie? I don't know why. It's because he was in the book. I have read the book. It's because it sticks to the book. I like that. But that's, like, he never, like, he didn't play a serious role. If he was taking on this movie, I feel like the movie would have been the same and been a little bit better. But that's my only minus in this movie. This movie is darker, and the case to find the Slytherin master who can only open the Chamber of Secrets is interesting. And when you find out Harry can talk to snakes because he gets powers from Voldemort, you learn more about Harry. And that's what this franchise does. Each movie gives you more and more evidence and more clues to the future of the movies, and it's interesting. And you still have this group of kids, Ron, Hermione, and Harry. Once again, they all play their characters well. They're a great friendship. You see them grow throughout these movies, and they work in this movie. Now, Hermione's not in this movie a whole lot, and that is sad to say because she is a great character, but she plays a serious part when she gets turned into pretty much like a statue, whatever. And it's very sad, and you feel for this character because you've grown with this character from 2 movies now, and it gets even deeper and deeper throughout these movies, and it's great. Alan Rickman as Snape is great. He doesn't have a lot to do in this movie, but he does have more than he did in the first one, I think. And dude, they're trying to go after this Slytherin or whatever, so they have to disguise him as Slytherin, learn more from Malfoy. They think Malfoy's the one to do it. Turns out it might be Hagrid, and then Hagrid goes to the Prisoner of Azkaban. Dumbledore gets suspended. Hogwarts might get closed. The stakes are so much higher in this movie, and to me, that's why this movie is better than the first one. The first one had to develop these characters, had to show this world, and throw in the Sorcerer's Stone. This movie doesn't have to do any of that. It just goes straight to the Sorcerer's Stone, and it works. And this movie is a very long movie. It does not feel like a long movie. The first one felt longer to me than this one. This one is 2 hours and 41 minutes. This movie flew by. And I love the scene with the spiders when Ron and Harry go into the woods and they have to get back in the car and the spiders attack. It is a great, very intense scene. And throughout this whole movie, the movie is very interesting. The mysterious Hagrid, who is this Tom Riddle character, and then at the very end, you finally get to go see the Chamber of Secrets, which is a great design. The production design is great. You learn Jenny was I can't say that word. Manipulated. I can't say that word. By Tom Riddle, who turns out to be the memory of a younger version of Voldemort. Wow, I messed that up. Voldemort. But yes, he is Voldemort. He's a memory of him from the diary that Harry found that Jenny took and made the Chamber of Secrets open again, and that's why everything's happening. But what happened to these kids? It's because of this big snake that has yellow eyes, and if you see him, you turn into a statue. I mean, you die pretty much. But all the other kids, like one kid got taken a picture, he didn't see the eyes. Hermione had a mirror. One kid saw it in the water. They didn't see the eyes of the snake. And the scene when Harry goes after, when the snake goes after Harry in the one scene where he's in like the pipes or whatever, and he's standing against the wall, and that snake comes up to his face. That scene is so well done. The directing is great at the very end of this movie. The final act between Harry and Tom Riddle, it is just intense. It's great. The practical snake versus Harry, that's awesome. There's so much practicality in this movie. I love it. Especially the scene with the plants, where they pull out the plants, which are super annoying, by the way. And they're practical effects. I love the practical snake. It is great to look at. I love it. So Harry kills the snake. He gets poisoned, but he kills the diary. He stabs it, which is actually a very important part in the 7th movie. So remember that diary. Just remember it. He destroys the memory of Tom Riddle. He saves Ginny. They leave. They get to Dumbledore, and he finds out that Malfoy's father is he's pretty much the master of Dobby. Harry saves Dobby, and he learns that Malfoy's dad, or Draco's dad, sorry everyone, he's a huge douche. He is a douche, and he has something to do with Voldemort. This movie gives hints of, he's like, I guess Harry, you'll always be the hero to save the day. He's giving hints of that he is working with Voldemort in some sorts, whatever. The Death Eaters, that will get to future reviews. So yeah, you learn more about him. He saves Dobby, which is a sweet scene. I love the ending. I love it when Hermione hugs Harry and they're great friends and you feel for him. And then Hagrid walks in. He gets out of Azkaban and he says thank you to Harry and they all clap for him. And the movie ends. And that's Chamber of Secrets. This movie has higher stakes than the first one. It's intense, it's darker, it's very well paced, it's interesting. Everything in this movie is just better than the first, and that's why I'm going to give it one more higher grade than the first. I'm going to give this movie an A. I think it's definitely a movie you should see. It's a great sequel to the first one, and now we get to go into something more interesting. Next Sunday, I will be reviewing Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Yes, I cannot wait to talk about that one. I can't wait to watch it again next week, and I can't wait for you to talk about it because this movie is when it gets really good. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed these reviews so far leading up to Fantastic Beasts. I am so excited. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys!